Hey guys, Jacob with Jacob Comics. Alright, tonight we're going to be reviewing Justice League Road to Dark Crisis #1 with that really crazy cover with Pariah sitting on his throne of comic book long boxes and he's reading the Justice League of America comic book. Alright, so before we get dived right on into that, I do want to let you guys know real quick about my 200 subscriber giveaway. Now, when we hit 200 subscribers, we're going to be giving this book away. It's the Joker #1, Mark Brooks variant cover. And you got the Joker really cool, driving his car, looking crazy, hanging out with Punchline. And not only are you going to win the book, but you're also going to get a cool CBCA sticker, which is the Comic Book Community Awards. And that's kind of like the Oscars for YouTube personalities like myself. And you guys should check that out on Brian LCS's channel. Now, um, how do you enter to win? It's real easy. Just like the video, comment on the video, and be subscribed to the channel, and that'll enter you to win. And when we hit 200 subscribers, we'll be giving the book away. Now let's get dived on into the issue. Now, there's a couple things we always cover. First off, I do want to let you guys know we're going to be going heavy into spoilers. So if you don't want to be spoiled for Justice League Road to Dark Crisis #1, that is your warning. Also, we do always shout out the creative team because without the creative team we wouldn't have a comic book, right? I believe it's this page. Yeah. All right, so here's the creative team is a team up with Joshua Williamson on the script, Dan Jurgens doing the pencils, Norm Rapman doing inks, and Hi-Fi doing colors. In Life of Purpose, it's a Jeremy Adams script, Rosie Camp art, and Matt Herm's colors. In The Survivors, it's Chuck Brown writing, Fico Ocio doing the art, Sebastian Chang doing colors. In the Pariah portion, it's Philip Kennedy Johnson writing, Layla Del Duca art, Jordi Belair colors. In the Because the Night, it's Stephanie Phillips writing, Clayton Henry art, Marcelo Maialo doing the colors, and Josh Reed did all the letters. And the variant cover for this issue that I showed, I believe, is the Chris Burnham and Nathan Fairbaird cover. All right, a lot of information because it's a pretty thick book. All right, now to start, we start off with Nightwing, and he is beating up on Brick, and because like all it the Justice League's dead, so all the bad guys are coming out, and Nightwing's kind of been taking a beating, but he's eventually gonna win. And in comes Superman, son of Kal-El, and finishes Brick off, and they get him arrested. And then Nightwing is talking with Superman, son of Kal-El, and they're kind of talking about how everybody's dead, including Batman and his father Superman, and so you know Nightwing tries to put on a bold face basically, and tells Son of Kal-El that it's okay, they've died before, right? And so they'll be back. Have faith. And he kind of brings up the fact that Nightwing's family, uh, they never came back. The Flying Drakes, and so that kind of makes Nightwing take a bit of breath there, and so they're actually sitting down to have some lunch at a cafe, and what do you know it? A ruckus breaks out, and out comes Kid Amazo and some Amazo prototypes. So they both go to business and take care of that, and they're kind of both like thinking about their predecessors and how much influence they've had on them, and that they're gonna keep up the fight. And Nightwing says he'll speak at the vigil, and we get this really cool with Nightwing and Son of Kal-El kind of thinking of their father figures in Superman and Batman. And then we switch to Central City, where we have Wally West, who's talking with Barry Allen's wife, and she says like she hasn't seen Barry Allen for 2 or 3 months, and he goes off on missions quite a bit to help save the world and universe. So she didn't think too much of it until she heard that the Justice League is dead. Now she's definitely worried, and so Wally doesn't really know what to say, but is like, I'll do my best to find him. And then later that day, him and Kid Flash are running around, basically stopping all the crime, because all kinds of bad guys have come out to play basically, and so the one bad guy we see them taking out here is Giganta, and she gets really big and is terrorizing the city. So Kid Flash and Wally West give her a swift what for, and and so then they're taken off, and Wally's kind of, because Kid Flash is worried about everyone being dead and stuff, and so he's kind of trying to brighten his spirits with jokes and just with like bring his negativity up, and we see them basically going through all the world and taking care of lots of bad guys and putting them in jail, and then they're like, okay, Kid Flash gets an idea like, hey, let's split up, and I'll take the southern hemisphere and you take the northern hemisphere. And Flash is like, all right, whoever catches more bad guys by a certain time tonight has to gets the other one has to buy pizza. And so they agree on that bet, and we see Flash. He's kind of looking at the statue that's been erected in front of the Flash Museum for Barry Allen, and at the same time as he's looking at that, kind of on one knee, touching the Flash symbol, he gets a call, and it's John Kent, Sonny Kal-El, and he says, "Yeah, John, I'm fine. What do you need?" And we see Wally say, "Cobra, snake costumes, terrible spelling. I'm familiar. DC, I'll be right there. You can count on me." And the world can always count on its heroes. And he takes off. And then so he's taken off. And then in the next panel, we transfer to a Green Lantern story. And it's Hal Jordan. And there's like an alien race that's coming down into the ocean. And forgive me, he never actually, they never call him Aqualad. I think it's Aqualad, this character right here. But he gives his name at a certain point. And so he's kind of there to take the place of Aquaman, and he helped him and Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, find a way to fight off these alien creatures, using I'm gonna call him Aqualad. Aqualad using his powers of the water to kind of whirl all of them around so they can focus on the big bad guy, and then Green Lantern to take out the main guy, and then all the little ones are actually like not evil, and they're like, "Thank you for saving us," and they take off and go flying away. And Hal Jordan, Aqualad's like, "I'm gonna stay here and help defend Atlantis," and Hal Jordan's like, I gotta go and find out what happened to the Justice League. So he takes off, and then we see it says, "Before the fall of the Justice League," and it's the bad guy on the front cover. Just say Pariah, that's his name, yeah. And so he's thinking, "I'm saving the world. This is how one saves the world. not with great deeds, not with great discoveries, just by letting the cosmos spin uninterrupted, and by, no, no. And someone comes up and says, Sir, are you okay? As a previous world had faded away. And she says, I didn't mean to bother you. I thought maybe you lost something, or I don't know, are you okay? If you lost something, I could help you find it again. I bet we could find it together if you'd only build the machine. As she slowly fades into nothingness. And then she re-exists again, and she says, Sir, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. And he says, you don't exist. She says, I did, though, didn't I? And now she's a different person with red hair who says, why couldn't I still be out there somewhere, Mosa? The children, too. Will you not look for us? And Pariah says, don't presume to tell me what is possible. I understand the nature of the multiverse better than anyone living. On my world, I was the first to theorize of it, the first to find evidence of it, and ultimately, he whose hubris destroyed it. Since I have been dragged back into existence, I understand that some debased, bastardized form of the multiverse must again exist. But it is not what it should have been. I can say with absolute certainty, there is no multiverse. There is no universe in which Pariah's family still lives. And she says, but why couldn't we? Build your machine again, Masa. Bring us back. You have such power. You can do anything. He says, power? The Monitor had power. The Owens, the controllers. Darkseid has power. My mighty gift was being pulled into a world at the moment of its destruction, and then another, and another. Every time I open my eyes, the world ends. Even now, after all these years, I know it's not real, but not anymore. It's what I see. I'm sorry, Sandra. This multiverse may be a false one, but you and the children have no place in it. I will not burn down creation again. As she disappears again. And then there's kids playing as he's walking, and she appears again, screaming at him, saying, don't tell me we have no place here. You abandoned us for your precious work, even while we were living. Your work doomed us. Now you say your work cannot save us? I will not accept that. Build the machine, Pariah. Put things right. And he screams, ah, no, as she tries to grab him. And he opens his eyes again, and she disappears. He says, don't you understand? I am putting things right by keeping myself in the gutter, in the places no one sees. I finally accepted the truth. All the multiverse requires it to thrive is for its Pariah to do nothing. I will kill myself rather than build that machine again. Then do it, Masa. Someone thinks. If you would rather die than give your family life, then die. He says yes as he climbs to the top of a tower, saving the world. This is how one saves the world, not with great deeds, just by standing aside and leaving the world alone, as he opens his eyes from the top of the tower, and it disappears again. And he's in another place. He says, where am I? This isn't in my mind, this is real. And a voice says, yes, Pariah, now, do you see? The multiverse is in danger, and this time only you can save it. He says, I'll build the machine this time. This time I will save the world, my great darkness. And then we see Gotham City at the same time, so before the Justice League is dead, and Nocturna is thinking about stealing something, and Batman comes in, and they fight a little bit, and then it's Gotham City now. She's again coming in to a Egyptian museum, and she's thinking about stealing a necklace, and up comes Batgirl, and they get into a fight, Batgirl and Nocturna, and it kind of ends graciously, as Nocturna apparently wasn't gonna steal it anyway. It was just seeing if she could get close to steal it, but not actually stealing it. It's like a game for her, and so Batgirl kind of tells her that she thinks Gotham feels like a black hole without anybody there, and she feels sucked in. And then she gets a call from Oracle, and Batgirl has to run off to take care of more crimes being taken place in Gotham, and Nocturna is kind of walking outside, and Firefly shows up and is like, "We would like you to join us." And Nocturna says, "Why would I join you?" And Firefly says, "Gotham feels like a black hole, huh? We have a plan, Nocturna, and it's much bigger than Gotham." And there's a back page reveal of like a team of I don't know if they have a name, a Justice League bad a team of bad guys that have all formed together like a bad Justice League. Yep. I don't know the names of all these people. I apologize, but yeah, doesn't look good for our heroes. So I'm definitely interested. Like I liked this format of kind of going around the different books that are taking place right now, if you will. You know what I'm saying, and showing you a little bit of lead in to that book. Like maybe you might be interested in Flash or Batman or any of the titles. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I believe that all the writing teams that they had separated out are the actual writing teams that are on the book, those books right now. And then a few times they were paired with a different artist than the artist would be that's currently on the book. But I loved the art throughout. It it does kind of jump around, but it only changes artist when you jump to a different story of kind of this new Justice League forming, is how I took it. Um, and of course, we're all hoping that they're gonna find a way to save all the or assuming maybe that they're gonna find a way to save all the heroes like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, all the ones that died, right? And I definitely like this character of Pariah. He's kind of a he's kind of a crazy maniac, basically, that's just lost it, and he goes on monologuing, and it's kind of fun. Um, yeah, so I give Justice League Road to Dark Crisis #1 a thumbs up. Um, it's been a pretty good event so far, honestly. Um, I don't know what they're gonna do. We'll see. It seems they've already kind of incorporated some of it into the Flash title, so I'm curious to see if they're gonna incorporate it into Batman and Superman and stuff like that. Yeah, so remember, if you guys watch this far into the video, like, comment, and be subscribed to the channel for your chance to win the Joker #1 Mark Brooks variant cover and the CBCA sticker. And if you guys want to support the channel and get some comic books sent to you, hey, click the link below and shop on my eBay store. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow, and have a great night.